Your next slide is focusing on the user client. So this is the person that's going to use your product, the person you're aiming your product at, the person that you are resolving a problem for. That's what you're looking at on this section. So you're looking at what their needs and wants are. The assessment says a user client has been clearly identified and is entirely relevant, and that means relevant to your context in all aspects of the contextual challenge, and the student has undertaken a comprehensive investigation of their needs and wants with a clear explanation and justification of all aspects of these. So you need to look at the problems you've addressed and how you might resolve them problems and how it might impact on the user, and what does the user want from the product. So when a person goes to the shop or orders something online, what are they looking for? What makes your product stand out more than somebody else's? What makes your product a better product? How do you solve that problem more effectively or efficiently than somebody else? So in this context of living outdoors, for this project I'm showing to you, I've picked first time buyers. So when you do this, you might create some images on a slide. So on there I've got some first time buyers buying a house. When they move into the house, the middle left picture is a back garden which needs a bit of work on. So that's where we are. But this young couple that have moved in want to move on. They want to socialise in the back garden. They want a back garden that's clean and tidy. It looks modern, and when they socialise or have events in the back garden, that the products in there reflect what they want from life. So as part of this, you might do a mood board on the people you are looking into. So this slide, title of the slide, user client. Your first task is to describe who the user client might be, and that could include images like I've just mentioned. Once you describe the user, explain what problem you'll be resolving or need to resolve. Some examples on the screen in grey. Then discuss the needs and wants, which I'll explain later on. So on this, on the right hand side, I've given you a format which you could use. So the user of my product will be a first time buyer with limited money and storage. They'll be buying a house with a small garden and little storage. They'll want to be outside to socialise, but don't have a lot of space to do this, and will have limited storage for furniture, and then you need to explain how you might resolve this problem. So I will design products that can be bought on a low budget and can fold or be taken apart, and then you can finish off that yourself. So that's the type of thing you're looking for. For example of what needs and wants are, so you might have pictures on your slides explaining what the needs and wants are. So on the left hand side is the generic needs and wants. So as a person, we need basic dietary needs. We need to look at our basic health, foods, etc. We need basic clothing, and we need water. That's a need. We need that. So on the top picture you have nice collection of food, but what we want is we want a choice. We want to have fast food, takeaways, meals that are beyond the basics. So things like McDonald's, Domino's, etc. are the sort of things we want, but we don't need them. With the clothing, we need basic clothing to keep us warm, to keep us dry. But we want more than that. People want certain branding for certain reasons. They might be doing an activity which requires a certain type of clothing to help them do that activity, whether it's outdoors or indoors. So they'll look for certain clothing which has a certain need. And then the bottom one with drinks. A base requirement is we need water, but we want more than that. We want certain types of drinks and certain brands. Now, within my context of outdoor living, I've picked 3 pictures. We've got a plastic chair, we've got a set of tools, and we've got a garden which needs a bit of looking after. That is the need of this young couple. They've moved into a new house, and that might be what they have at the beginning of their journey. But what they're aspiring to is some furniture that's well designed, thoughtful, that will blend into their back garden. It might be sustainable rather than being out of plastic. They want to organise and store their furniture to help develop their garden. And the ultimate goal is to get a garden which they consider to be modern, contemporary. So that is part of what you need to do for this exercise, is look at the needs and wants. Use pictures, use keywords, explain how you've come up with your difference between the needs and wants. This could be how you lay it out on your screen on there. So I've included the descriptions from my previous slide. I've got my pictures on the bottom of my user client, and on the right hand side I've got the needs and wants, and that will need to be fully explained on there. And then to help you with this, if you use the CGP revision books on page 96 and 97, it has further information about needs and wants. Other things you might look at are ergonomics, anthropometrics, percentiles, accessibility and disability, and designing for ages. So that might be something you look at.